Mindset, a daily dose of practical wit and wisdom with a professional educator and trainer, Amazon best-selling author, United States Marine, television and radio host, Paul G. Markle. Each episode will focus on positive and productive ways to strengthen your mindset and help you improve your relationships, career goals, and overall well-being. Please welcome your host, Paul G. Markle.
Hello, welcome back, and let's go ahead and continue with this adventure, this journey that we are calling Morning Mindset. Yes, I am still your host, Paul Markle, and I am inside of my padded wall studio. Yes, I'm back inside the padded room. I'm off the road, and I'm not going to be traveling for a while, so deal with it. Like it, love it, lump it, what have you. Now, I have been an observer of man and the world around me for quite some time now. When I became a United States Marine, I was forced to pay attention to what was around me. I was an infantry soldier, an infantry Marine, and if you don't pay attention to what's going on around you as a member of the infantry, bad things can happen to you and other people, so you have to do that. Then I became a police officer later on in life, and I practiced and became even more of a trained observer. So I pay attention to the world around me. I have my head up and I'm looking around and watching what people are doing and what is transpiring in my area of operation. While I was on the road here recently, I noticed a disheartening trend. And I'm sure that this has been going on for quite some time, but it became obvious to me. The trend or the pattern of men and boys and teenagers, male members of the species, walking around with their shoulders slouched forward and their heads down, either looking toward the ground or towards an Apple iPad or an iPad or an iPhone or a smartphone or whatever, essentially not paying attention to the world around them, paying attention only to what is either in their hands or just looking at the ground. Men. Now, women, you can participate in this too, but this is primarily one for the men. And you can encourage your men. Men, you need to set the example for boys, young boys, junior high, even elementary school boys. Set the example for your teenagers. Walk like a man. And when I say walk like a man, I mean walk with your spine erect, with your head held up. Look other men in the eye. You don't have to stare at them, but acknowledge other men by making eye contact with them. Nod politely to women. If you make eye contact with a woman, nod politely to that woman, hold the door or whatever is appropriate. But stop looking at the ground. Stop walking down the street with your iPhone in your hand. Yes, I understand that there are going to be times that you're expecting a message or you're expecting a text or a phone call or whatever, and you're going to look down at your phone. I get that. But what I saw, I was in Las Vegas, as many of you may know. What I saw was boys, men, teens walking down the street, not for a couple of seconds to quick glance at their phone and see if they had a message or what have you, but just looking down continuously at their phones. I'm sure you've seen it. And if they don't have phones, they're looking down or they're not paying attention to the world around them. In this world that we live in, we don't need more sheep. We don't need more people to be meek and subservient. We don't need more people to just go along or be self-involved. And that's one of the things that I guess I should bring up. People who constantly are looking at their phones or looking at the ground or not paying attention to the world around them are totally self-involved and only involved with their own lives. Now, that's fine if you are sitting in a chair in your den or in your garage or wherever and you're reading a book or you're working on a project or whatever. I expect you to be involved in your own pursuits. But when you're out in public You're out amongst the other members of the human race. It is your responsibility as a citizen, or at least it should be, to pay attention to what's going on around you. All right? And not to be so self-absorbed that you cut people off, that you run into or bump people, that you block people from getting here or there because you're so involved in what you're doing that you don't realize that you're blocking the aisleway or the hallway or the doorway or what have you. Men, we need you. Set the example for your sons, for your grandsons. Hold your head up. Walk with an erect spine. Look other men in the eye. Nod politely to women. You don't have to smile and be a goober all the time, but pay attention to the world around you and walk like you, are full of, self-respect. And I don't see that a lot in our world, and we need to see a lot more of it. You want to live a positive, productive life? Do that. And help other people do it as well. Men, we need to gain control of our sons. Gain control of our sons, our grandsons, and so forth, and teach them to act like men. You're like, oh, well, they're just kids. That's the woman. The woman will say, oh, they're just kids. Just, let them be kids. What do we know? We know that kids aren't going to be kids for very long. And when do they learn to act and behave like a man? Do they magically learn it on their 18th birthday or 19th birthday or what have you? No. They learn it over time through your example. So I'm going to challenge you. Something very, very simple. Stand up straight, hold your head up, walk like a man, set the example for the boys and the young men in the world. All right. We're moving forward. We are moving forward with the Morning Mindset book, a 30-day plan for a more positive and productive life. Some of you should have had the book for going on a couple of weeks now. Hopefully you have hit the midterm exam. And hopefully if you've got the book, you are reading it as prescribed. That you're doing one lesson per day for 30 days, because that's what you need to do. If you'd like to pick one up, you can go to Amazon.com, type in my name, Paul Markle, Markel. It's really simple. And the words Morning Mindset. You can get a paperback copy, which I do recommend because it's dead tree and you don't need batteries and you can take it anywhere. And you can write lots and lots of notes in the margins, which I want you to do. I absolutely want you to write notes in the margins. And if you don't want to do that, that's cool. You can go to Kindle, Amazon Kindle. You can get the Kindle version, order it, boom, it's delivered immediately to your phone or your tablet or what have you. So there you go. I am your host, Paul Markle. I'll talk to you again real soon.
Thank you for spending time with us today. To get show notes, submit a topic request, and for more from your host, Paul G. Markle, visit morningmindsetpodcast.com. That's morningmindsetpodcast.com. Please leave a review for this podcast on your favorite podcast player. We appreciate your time and effort, and we look forward to reading your honest feedback.